Well, hello, sixth grade. Today we're going over lesson 1.1 to 1.2, which is adding, subtracting decimal, and then dividing decimals. So, first, if we're going to add or subtract decimals, we want to line up the place values, looking forward to that decimal point. Then I'm going to add or subtract regrouping if necessary. When I say to press pause and try the problem on your own, that means you're going to pause, try the problem on your own, and then come back to look at the solution. So here we have 5.9. You want to rewrite it so that it's nice to add. And I'm going to be adding, there's my decimal point. I'm going to make sure I line it up, 2.7. Then I'm going to add like I would any other day, regrouping if necessary. So 9 plus 7 is going to give me 16. That's 6, carry the 1. And then 5 plus 2 is 7, plus that 1 up top is 8. I'm going to make sure my decimal point stays right in that same row. And so my answer is 8.6. If you are subtracting, same thing goes. I'm going to do it with number 3, sorry. And so I have 15, and I'm going to subtract. It's a whole number, so the decimal is technically after it, even though I don't see it. And then I have 6.108. I'm going to do zeros as my place value holders because I'm going to need to subtract that 0.108 from something. So now I'm going to regroup. I'm going to borrow from the 5. That's 4. Makes that 10. I borrow 1. That's 9. Makes that 10. I'm going to borrow 1. That's 9. Makes this 10. So 10 minus 8 is going to give me 2. 0 from 9, or 9 minus 0 is going to give me 9. 9 minus 1 is going to give me 8. And then 14 minus 6 is going to give me 8. So that my answer is 8.892. Now I want you to pause and try number 2. Then click on pause. All right, now that you're back, you should have had 9.62 minus 0.3. Then you subtract. There's a 0 there as a placeholder. And we would have 2 minus 0, which is 2, 3 from 6, which is 3, my decimal point, and 9. Didn't have to regroup, nice and easy. So that's adding and subtracting decimals. To multiply decimals, this is lesson 1.2. I'm going to multiply as I would my regular whole numbers, but then I'm going to make sure I am careful of that decimal point back when I am done. So I have 5.3 times 2.7. I'm going to go ahead, 5.3 is being multiplied by 2.7. And I'm going to treat this like I would back in the days, just 53 times 2.7. I'm going to multiply 7 times 3, and I get 21. 1 and carry the 2. Then 7 times 5, which is 35, plus the 2, which gives me 37. I'm not going to worry about that decimal point. When I'm moving on to the quote-unquote tens position, I'm going to add a 0. Like I said, we're thinking of the decimal points not even there. 2 times 3 would give me 6, and then 2 times 5 is going to give me 10. And then I would add 1 plus 0 is 1, 6 plus 7 is going to give me 13. 3 carry the 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, and then I have my 1. Now when you're done, I added, everything's all good, that's my answer. I'm going to count back the decimal places that I have. This one had 1, and that one had 1, so altogether there are 2 decimal places. In my answer, I'm going to go back 2 decimal places, boom, there it is at 14.31. I'm going to go ahead and do number 3. All of these, PS means multiplication. So whether it's the parentheses, that means multiplication, whether it's the actual multiplication symbol, or whether it's that dot. That dot also means multiplication. Multiply. All right, so we have 4.09. Doesn't matter which one's on top, but the 8 is 1 digit, so I'll put that one on the bottom. Times 8. And then we go ahead and we multiply. 8 times 9 is 72. So that's 2, carry 7. 8 times 0 is 0 plus that 7. And then 8 times 4 is going to give me 30. Oh, I was going to do that one. 32. That's fine. And then my decimal point. There are two. Sorry, let me point out. There are 2 digits behind the decimal place. So in your answer, you must also have 2 digits behind the decimal place. And my answer, put it in a box, is 32.72. Go ahead and pause and try number 3 on your own, and then you'll press play. All right, now that you've tried number 3, you should have had 0.487, and we multiplied that by 5. And so we would have had 35, 5, and carry the 3. 5 8's 40 plus 3, 43, so 3 carry the 4. 5 4 is 20 plus 4, that's 24. And then decimal-wise, there are 3 places. So in my answer, I need 3 places. And so my answer is 2.435. All right, now let's go on down to 1.2, the division, dividing decimals and whole numbers. And this by far tends to be the challenging portion for you. All right, so if we are going to divide my decimals, I'm going to rewrite the division if necessary to make sure it looks like the whole division symbol. And then I'm going to change the divisor, that's the number out here, to a whole number. Then I'm going to divide. So in this case, I have 7 divided by 2.5. Top goes in and the bottom goes out. Remember, we talked about a duck. The top goes in and the bottom goes out, and you waddle like a duck. Okay. So 7 is being divided by 2.5. So if I look out here at the dividend, I don't know what's doing that. The dividend is not a whole number. It's 2.5, which is a decimal. I need to make it a whole number. In order to make it a whole number, to make 2.5 a whole number, I am going to, in essence, multiply it by 10. And that's going to make it 25, right? But if you remember back in the days, whatever you do to one for an equivalent fraction, you have to do to the numerator as well. So you're going to multiply that by 10. And then we would get 70. So an equivalent fraction is 70 divided by 25. When I'm looking at it from the dividend aspect, to multiply by 10, I can just move the decimal point 1 point over. But keep in mind, if I move that 1 point over, I got to move it over 1 point as well. And I'm going to put a 0 to hold it. It's like I'm multiplying by 10. But to multiply by 10 means to move your decimal 1 place to the right. So that your real division would look like 25 or 70 divided by 25. Now you have a whole number. We're going to work our magic. So 25 can go into 70 how many times? Well, I know 3 times might be too much. Let me check. And you are going to be doing some guessing and checking to the side. So maybe you have 25 times 3. That's 5. 3 5 is 15, carry 1. 3 2 6 and 1 7, 75. If you know already mental math, that 3 times 25 is 75. That's fine. So now you realize, okay, 3 is too much. I need to go down 1. 25 times 2. Again, you might know that it's 50, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it so we know what to do. And that's 50. So 25 can go into 72 times. 2 times 25 is 50. Then I subtract, and I'm going to get 20. I have 20 left over. But I do want this as a decimal. I don't want remainders anymore. So I don't want 2 with a remainder of 20. I'm changing it to an actual decimal. As such, I'm going to add my decimal point, and that allows me to add a 0, taking me into the 10th position. So now 25 goes into 200 how many times? Well, I think it's 8. If we are unsure, then we could do 25 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40, carry 2, 8 2 8, 16 plus 4, that's 20. So yep, it is 200, 2.8. 8 times 25 is 200. I already did the work, and I'm done. So my answer is, let me put a little different color for you. My answer is going to be 2.8. We could write it to the side, 2.8. Let's look at number 2. All right, so for number 2, we have 128.8 divided by 1.4. That means division by, I have 1.4 and 128.8. 128.8 divided by 1.4. All right, so this, oh my gosh, a decimal is in the divisor. Can't have that. I'm going to go ahead and move it one decimal place over. If I do that, I must do it to the dividend as well. So that now I have 14 going into 1,288. Now we work our magic. Can 14 go into 12? No. Can 14 go into 128? Definitely. How many times? Well, let's see. 10 can't be 10. That's too much. Maybe we want to try 9. Not sure. So 14 times 9. I could do that. So 9 times 4 is 36. 6, carry 3. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3. That's 126. Yep, very close. I'm good. So that's going to go 9 times. 9 times 14 is 126. And I have 2 to spare. Then I carry down the 8. 14 goes into 28. 2 times. 2 times 14 is 28. We're breaking out the mental math. And that's it. My answer is 92. I'm going to do one more with you, then I want you to try the next 2. Here, 8 is already actually in a division bar, so I'm good to go. And 8 is a whole number, so I'm great. I'm just ready to actually solve this. 8 can go into 14 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. 14 minus 8 is going to give me 6. Now, I see a decimal. So before I carry down the 4, I actually need to carry the decimal up. Now I can carry down the 4. And I could say 8 can go into 64 how many times? 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64. I'm done. So my answer is 1.8. That one wasn't that bad. I want you now to pause. And you're going to try number 4 and number 5. Thank you for pausing. Welcome back. When we solved, we should have received 3 as our answer for number 4, and then 67.45 as the answer for number 5. Go ahead and review the steps. And remember, in order for you to learn mathematics, you must actually do the mathematics. See you next time.